Oh, hello, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box. Now, I've done a lot of videos on Todd Rundgren because I'm a huge fan. And much like I did with Frank Zappa, who put out a hugely prolific number of albums, I once, a long time ago, did a video on what I would recommend as the first Zappa albums that people should listen to. And I thought that someone who's almost as prolific in terms of output and the diversity of that output, musically speaking, is Todd Rundgren. So I thought, from my own perspective, reflective of my own biases, I would recommend which Todd Rundgren's albums to listen to as a Rundgren virgin. So I would, and mind you, I'm going to here combine both Todd Rundgren's solo albums and albums that were listed under his band Utopia. It's all Todd composing, it's all Todd leading. So that's what I mean when I'll be mentioning that. So the first is a Utopia album, and it is one called Oops, Wrong Planet. Now, I love this album. I think that I would recommend this one for beginners because it captures the best of Todd, his great songwriting, those rich chord changes, the interesting harmonics, the mixture of softness and aggression, the humor, the absurdity, all with songs that are relatively bite-sized and don't go too far afield. So it's not one of the more overblown albums, but it has all of the tawdiness that you would want. It's a really good album. So that is how I would begin. But for the next album, I would recommend I'd get straight into something that is a bit more over the top. And this is the album Raw, R.A. And this was a slightly earlier album, and it features some more lengthy compositions, including the singing and the gloss guitar and electrified fairy tale. Say that three times fast. I can't. That's 20 minutes long or so. But the entire album is very mixed. It's got the overture, which is again Todd at his sort of harmonically most romantic. It's got a ballad, a very progressive ballad, Eternal Love, Sunburst Finish, a great song. Just every song is really good. So if you like the first album that I recommended, Oops, Wrong Planet, you'll like Raw. Both of those are Utopia albums. Going back to something that is a bit more accessible, I would say that you should check out the album Healing. Now, this album was from the very beginning of the 80s, so we'll have some of those drum machine types of sounds, even though Todd was using that in the 70s. But it's got the Healing Suite. It's a three-part suite, which I just think is some of his absolute best writing. And it's just got a lot of really good tunes on it. Whether it's accessible or not, I mean, look, it's Todd Rundgren that we're talking about, but I think that it is simply a really good album. So definitely check that one out. Um, Next, I would go to, and this again, this is a Todd Rundgren album, Swing to the Right, which was sort of a parody of the Reagan era. But within the politics, it's just pure Todd. It's really great stuff. The final track, One World, could have been a number one hit single. It should have been bigger than Bang on the Drum All Day, because it's a much better song, as Todd would admit. Lost Dollar on Earth is great. Shinola. Swing to the Right, the title track, just really great stuff. So check that out. And around the same time, there's another Utopia album I really like called Adventures in Utopia. The Lost of the New Wave Riders is a great rock song. Rock Love is a great one. The title track is great. Just so many really good songs on that album. Jumping back now to a Todd solo album, we've got The Hermit of Mink Hollow. And that one is great for a number of reasons. There are a lot of great songs on the album, but the standout track is Can We Still Be Friends, which was remade by the wonderful singer Robert Palmer. A lot of people think it was his song that he wrote. It wasn't. It's a Todd song, and it's absolutely one of his best. One of the best sort of prog, dare I say, prog rock ballads of all time. So that's a great album too. The next one on the list is going back into the bombast category, where the longest song is half an hour, the second longest is 10 minutes. So it's a listen, but this is sort of American prog rock glory. Todd Rundgren's Utopia, the album that introduced this band of Todds to the world. The Utopia theme alone, the intro, is worth the price of admission, so definitely check that out. Weirdly, I don't normally recommend live albums on these lists, but I did with Zappa because I think Zappa's best albums are live. And here a live album creeps up, which is Another Live, a joke on Another Life. And the first part of the album is all original numbers. The Seven Rays, wonderful song. Another Life, great stuff. And then the second part of the album is a combination of interesting covers and stuff written by the members of the band. Duya, a great ELO, whatchamacallit, cover is there as well. What else have we got on this list? Next, I would say, this is a tough one. I'm just looking and thinking. Hmm, because this is going to be a tough one. I am going to say the album that's just called Todd would be next on my list. It's a mix of accessible songs and very dissonant, long experimental songs. But if you're into the more accessible melodic harmonic stuff, check out the song The Lost Ride. Really, really, really great. And I would say that the next album on the list would be Initiation. It's got Real Man, a great introspective rocker, just really good stuff. And then side two gets more and more complicated. So that's my list. It doesn't cover all of his albums by a lot, but those are the ones that I think are essential to your Todd collection. Let me know, Rundgren fans out there, what you think. And as always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.